Hey guys, this is Gutsy here bringing you another cast. This is actually an older cast now, but it's a really good game, so I thought I'd show it anyways. It's from the TI4 Qualifiers, Team Scythe versus Team Zephyr, and yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. So, they changed how to view replays and stuff, like the things down here and this stuff, so it's going to be a bit new to me, but I should be fine doing it. So, without further ado, let's get started. So play, put this on ×2, and they're going to do their picks. And holy shoot, there's actually a lot of fast picks going on. I thought it was Captain's Mode. Maybe they had to do a remake or something. Because I know for a fact it is Captain's Mode, but the way they're picking their heroes and stuff just makes it seem like this is a repick version. So unfortunately we're going to miss that, which is I would have liked to do, but either way, we'll find out like what the teams fully look like in a second, and then I could do a bit of critique on them. But at the moment, okay, there we go. There's all the teams, so we're gonna enter the game. I'm gonna have to slow this puppy down. It's a little annoying how it's like this. Okay, so one, I can't see. Free camera. There we go. Fog both teams. Okay. So
better get ready.
I'm just gonna actually pause the game again. Man, this is actually harder than I thought it'd be. So for Team Zephyr on the Dire, we have Blitz going to be the Bloodseeker, probably going mid. Aosin is gonna be your Disruptor top lane, along with Purge on the Treant Protector, Corey on the Naga Siren. So there's your safe lane, tri lane, and actually we're gonna have an offlane Rubik, which I don't think I've seen in a while. That's like man, like this Rubik's gonna have a hard time. He's probably gonna die a bunch. He's gonna have to play it really safe in his lane. Whereas on the Radiant for Team Scythe, we have Miracle on the Luna. We're gonna have Shadow Demon by Captain. I'm not gonna say his name. Polo-san will be on the Storm Spirit. Hana on the Nyx Assassin, and Enigma will be Chibix. Now the thing is, how are they going to lane this? Well, obviously it's going to be Luna down here in the tri-lane, and then you're going to have Shadow Demon with him, probably Enigma in the jungle. You're going to have Nyx in the off lane, and then Storm Spirit in middle lane. So, interesting, to say the least. So, what do I think of the team so far? I really like the Radiance a lot better. It's a lot more safer. Compared to the Dyers is safe too, like the Disruptor Treant, but this offlane Rubik's giving me a lot of worries. You usually don't see Rubik's solo lane, like this was back in like TI2 days where you'd see like, you know, Dendy mid Rubik and stuff like that. That was during the time you could get away with it. But now with the wide variety of the hero pool, it's very unconventional, very risky. You really have to play it safe. So we'll see how this pans out for both teams. I'm going to start playing the game, and we will see what items they go. So Bloodseeker has a lot of safe items. Looks like it's being pooled some tangos. We've got Disruptor, pooled, well not pooled, but he's got a lot of safe items. The Naga Siren, safe too. Same with the Trent. You're pretty much only going to see safe items out of everyone. This is actually really risky. Having your Rubik just running right in the opponent's jungle just to block some camps with the wards.
30 seconds
which is
to
good. It's good for
showtime.
the Enigma. You want to not let him get his powerful EXP leveling in the jungle. Even hiding in here. Pretty sneaky. Storm Spirit. Pooled. 2 tangos. He's going a more greedier build, so he wants that really fast bottle compared to the Bloodseeker. If he does go bottle, he does have a bit of gold saved up, but he's not going to get it right away. But then again, he's melee, so he kind of has to have the stone
And they're off.
to survive in his lane. Gonna have the illusion runes spawning bottom. Rubik's gonna easily find this. He's gonna be pretty happy with this.
High hopes
He
for
can use
this
these
one.
illusions to block more camps. He can get a bit more EXP with the harass. And I think Enigma denied creeps mid. No, he did not. So, I actually have no idea how he got those. I have no clue how he got those. I'm actually really curious as to how he got those. But either way, So this Luna's probably going to get a lot of farm. There's no way Rubik could do much. Oh my goodness, I already missed something. We're going back. So, go back a bit more. I can't believe I already missed that. So there you go. He's going to use that illusion rune to get first blood middle lane. So we'll see Bloodseeker. That's pretty aggressive. That's a nice block by Bloodseeker. But there's 3 here. And with these extra illusions, it's plenty of damage. He's done. Well played by Team Zephyr. And it was all thanks to that block. This is why blocking is important. So that nice early block by Blitz really helped him out. Polosan's got to be a lot more safe. Now the creeps are on his side of the wave, so he definitely doesn't need to fear anything anymore. But looks like Sexy Bamboo sees out the Enigma. Gonna just disrupt his farm a bit, but these clones are almost finished. He will get the last hit, actually, so that's kind of helpful. Just both of them competing for the same creeps. Gonna have Shadow Demon pulling. You've got Luna just safe farming. Looks like Disruptor was going to try and snipe the courier, but it's a... Oh, maybe he can. He's gonna have to be very patient. He's got a long time to wait. Meanwhile, top lane, level 2 on the Nyx. That's not too bad. Actually doing a lot better than the Naga Siren here. But as you can see, they're taking their creep, or sorry, the courier around this way. Actually, it's going straight to Enigma. But either way, this pans out quite well for them. But in mid lane, maybe not so much for Polosan. He's getting smashed again by this Rubik. So this Rubik isn't even in the offlane. Oh, and Aosin's actually trying to go for the kill. Cancels the bottle charge. There's another silence. Looks like Rubik's going to die, but he did manage to kill the courier, which is big. That's worth it so far. If they could get Polosan, it'll be definitely worth it. But unfortunately, they do not. So it's an okay trade for Scythe. Unfortunately, the courier dying is actually going to be very detrimental. He might just have... He's going to have to go back to base. There's no way he could stay here now that he won't have bottle carriers. So that pretty much is going to secure a win for this Bloodseeker middle lane. And now Rubik can finally go in the off lane. And with this... I mean... Actually, now that I think about it, Rubik's an okay pick. Because the odds of Enigma coming out for a gank this early on is pretty slim. Which means all you have to fear is the Shadow Demon, basically. Because you already know the Luna's in lane. So, he doesn't have a ward to see him. But... the Shadow Demon is probably going to be mid with the Storm Spirit babysitting him for a while. So this has actually panned out really well for Team Zephyr. But the Shadow Demon will need to go bottom. He can't let this Rubik get anymore. He's already got a 3-minute arc boots. Bloodseeker picking up the haste rune. That's a really dangerous rune on a Bloodseeker. This Naga's doing okay top lane. Let's check out the last hits. See, now they're all bottom. So Rubik's got to be very careful because he is quite an easy pick up. They're going in on him. There goes the disruption. Trying to do a body block with the creeps. They somewhat managed to, but not quite. But that lift, pretty good. He's got 2 stacks of poison. He's... Oh my goodness, that was so close. He's going to eat in the trees. And... Oh my goodness, that was close. That was a little too close for comfort. Either way, both carries on both teams are the same last hits. 21 for each. A bit more denies on the Luna. And it's actually pretty even, this game so far, especially considering Scythe lost the courier in the process, and this mid has been taking quite a lot of beatings. So Polosan's going to have to go in the jungle, which is this is the good thing, though, that he's Radiant, because this will help him recover, and he definitely needs it. Going to wait for the rune spawn. Is it going to be bottom? It is. It's a double damage. So that's going to really help him out. They're actually... pretty much dominating this bottom lane here. There's not much a Rubik can do other than spam a bunch of his ethereal shocks. Hopefully that's what it's called. It's called Fade Bolt, so my memory's not serving too well. This tower's actually taking a lot of damage. They do have a tree protector to heal it. He's going to, but that just, like, it's a level 2 armor. It's just gonna melt instantly. So they're actually gonna clean that up quite easily.
Taking hits.
This is both good and bad for both teams. It's good because... for Zephyr, because now this... Oh, meanwhile...
one last top tower for the Radiant.
Top tower dies. I'm missing a lot of stuff. It's been a while since I've casted. But anyways, this allows Rubik for a lot more better safe farm, because the chances of Luna coming this close is slim, because she could easily be ganked. But at the same time, when the lane pushes down here, it's the exact same scenario, so... I'd say it better favors Zephyr, for the Rubik, just so that he's most likely not going to die anymore in this lane. But then again, you lost a tower. 5 minutes into the game. So that's a lot of bonus gold going to this Luna. And looks like she is saving her for Hannah Midas, most likely. Naga Siren obviously isn't going to be in that exact same scenario. She's going to be going for the Radiance, which is quite a whiles away, but slowly getting there. And same scenario for both teams in the top lane here. Rubik manages to pick off Luna. Another kill I missed. I need to really focus. So let's see how it goes. Rupture. That's it. Just done. Lift. Fade Bolt next. Done. Very simple kill there for Team Zephyr. But as I was saying, both teams are in the same scenario in terms of top and bottom lane, because now this Nyx is going to have safe farm. Missed another
Radiant
kill. Oh
bottom.
my goodness. So going in on the Disruptor. Easy fix. Plenty of damage. And I think someone used the smoke there. I think
Trouble brewing at Radiant's bottom tower.
Either way, I'm going to stop chanting so much, and I'm going to try and focus on these kills, because they're pretty important to watch. Lots of pulling going up here by the Treant Protector. Nice warding, too, from the Dire. Just to keep tabs on where this Nyx is. This ward's going to expire soon, so Enigma's going to be a lot more happy when that happens. Lucian Rune on the Storm Spirit. So far, 3-3. Very balanced game. And, yeah. So she decides to opt out of the Hannah Midas and go straight for the Treads. I'm okay with this. Especially after that death at bottom. That did hinder your Midas a little bit. You might as well just go for team fight over farm, because it's going to be a while before the Snog even touches Radiance. She's probably got at least earliest 7 more minutes on the clock before she gets it. So we'll see that. Meanwhile, bottom's being pushed by Luna. Doing some gradual chipping damage. Actually, if Luna kills this, this could be very big, because then she could just stay in the jungle if she gets like a Dominator or something. Put up a few wards, and there's not too much she's going to have to worry about. Yeah, smoke ganks are always the threat, but, you know, this lane will be pretty much cleared out. Enigma saving up for his blink. He's already got the Soul Ring boots. So this is a very farmed Enigma. Enigma's one of the best jungle farmers in the game. Or rather, support farmers in general. Support farmers in general. So when he gets blink, that threat's going to be on the table, that's for sure. Nyx Assassin, probably going to be wanting to finish Arc Boots before he goes blink. We'll have to see. Interesting little zip. Bottom lane. Luna just head into the jungle. I mean, she could already start jungle farming now, but she could pull that, whatever. Another ward up. They really want to protect this Naga, but no one's really bothered the Naga at the moment, whereas the Luna has died once. So, a little bit of an advantage to Zephyr, but it looks like they've had enough of this Naga having free farm, so if she is not careful, she is easily going to get picked off here. And there she goes, she's done. There goes the pull, the lightning. No chance for her. Even going to use a black hole, why not? I think that was a little bit of overkill, because... Oh, maybe not. Because Naga does have ult, and if she gets that ult off, you're dead. But I don't know, I think she had poison stacks on her, so I think she was done no matter what. No magic wand? No. But either way, it's better to be safe than sorry. This is going to be an easy tier 1 push. There's not much a Treant Protector at low HP could do up here, so they're going to have to either get a kill in another lane, Team Zephyr, or they're going to have to push themselves. Not going to be able to kill this Luna. She's going back to base to heal up. And yeah, this tier 1 is easy peasy dead.
Radiant's mid tower could use a hand.
Bloodseeker, not much he can do. He's not really a great pusher. Working on his drums currently. Tower. Check out KDR. 2-1, 2-1. Disruptor not having the best of times, but then again, he has a Disruptor. And he does have Arc Boots and stuff, so honestly, all the supports are pretty well farmed on both teams. Maybe not so much the Shadow Demon, but even then, Arc Boots, done. Luna's going to be going for that lifesteal. 2 blanks now acquired, 1 by Rubik. Wow, that's actually a lot of farm. I mean, he does have 2 kills to his name, but still. That's pretty nifty to have. Now all he needs is a 4-staff, and he's literally going to be the mobile king.
Dire's top tower's getting beat down.
Either way, Luna's mid, no longer feeling safe at bottom. Without a ward here, it's actually really not that safe. So, Might encounter this Disruptor. She's going to see Disruptor,
drill.
but he's not going to see her. He knows someone's there, though, so he just quickly backs out. Knows the jungle is preoccupied. Storm Spirit probably going to start working on his mech right now. The 2 Null Talismans is great, especially when you're behind. He's not really behind, even though he did have a little bit of a rough start. He has caught up quite nicely. So yeah, probably going to see an Orchid out of him. Shadow Demon. I wonder, the mech carrier is going to be Enigma, so Shadow Demon can maybe go for an Urn or
Radiant's
Force
mid
Staff,
tower's
like
coming apart.
It's pretty interesting to see this pressure. There's only 3 heroes on the Dire here. Yeah, there's only 3 Radiant, but they could easily teleport and help out, whereas the rest of the Dire are kind of up here in the trees farming. Getting a little bit closer to that Radiance, but this probably won't be... This will probably be a 15-minute Radiance, the earliest, in my opinion. You're going to counter push this tower. Plenty of wards going on. They will see this Dire ward here. Nice blink in by the Rubik. Pulls him back. There goes the Zip Zap Lightning. But he's going to turn around. Pops the Invisor. I don't know if this is a smart idea from Storm. But either way, he has plenty of mana to get out. Oh my goodness. But the glimpse. Nice disruption from Shadow Demon. But I think it's a little too late. Maybe not. Wow. This is one tanky Storm. He's going to possibly live this.
Mid-tower's having technical difficulties.
No, he dies. The Rupture kills him. So, low HP, definitely benefiting from the Bloodseeker. Meanwhile, Rubik over here trying to get out. So, a lot of engaging going on in that fight, but it turns out to just be a 1-0. And Nyx Assassin up here destroys the Naga Siren. We don't need to see that. He is probably invis, boop, bada bing, dead. And I'm sure Treant Protector already used his armor on his own team in middle lane. So there was no way that that Naga was going to live. So Naga's actually having a rough time too. We've got 0-1 on the Luna, but 1-2 on the Naga Siren. So both carries not doing too well. It's not like they're getting crushed, but they're definitely not having an easy free farming game. Although I'm sure the farm is quite amazing. Yep, 67 last hits at the 11-minute mark. Never a surprise to see when you're watching a pro game. Bloodseeker finishing the drums. Might see Blade Mail next. Could be a BKB. Maybe something unique. Shadow Blade? Possibly. Double damage rune bottom lane. No teams see this, but the Luna could definitely check this out very easily. Enigma knows the rune is at top, so they definitely don't know it's bottom. But looks like the Rubik's going to pick it up. He sees it. He's not grabbing it, though. Maybe thinks it's a bait. But either way, they see the Storm Spirit. Oh, Storm's going to be the first one to catch off the Bloodseeker. Manages to get the silence off finally. But no harm, no foul for both teams. Or no foul, no harm. I don't know what the saying is. Shadow Demon's looking a little more wealthier. Disruptor actually is the one who's looking pretty poor. However, Treant's only sitting on 5 last hits, so he's the poorest one in this game. Naga's just starting to get a little bit more in farm. Does have the relic. Maybe he doesn't want to buy it yet in case a buyback is needed. But then again, it might be a good idea to buy it. We'll see the courier heading to the shop, so most likely going to buy it. Yep, easy peasy picking up that relic. So maybe he could farm up the thing in 2 minutes. Either way, Disruptor falls to the Nyx Assassin. I'm missing every kill. I'm normally really good at this. I don't know why I'm doing this. Shoot. Probably same scenario, though. The invis, pick off. And especially a hero like Disruptor, there's nothing he can do. Ancient stack. Going to be mauled up. Not too many stacks on this, but still not a bad time to kill it. It looks like they really want to pressure mid badly. So, we'll see. Up here at top lane, looks like Naga's really low in HP. Needs to be very careful, but they also want to kill these two. There's a lot of Edelons here. That's going to be some nice power. Oh, Bloodseeker manages to clean up. Teleport out by Nyx Assassin. That's the thing with Bloodseeker. No matter what your HP is, you are definitely never safe if you're low. You could just easily come out of nowhere and boop, bam, you're dead. And this is a very unconventional pick. You don't see it too often. It's being picked more and more, both as a mid and a safe lane carry, not an offlaner, but it's definitely, like, especially with the Bloodseeker buffs, he is definitely a very potential kill, especially for global teams. This team, both teams aren't really global though, so either way, every other pick is very standard for both teams. It's pretty much just the Bloodseeker that's the only unique one, or one not seen too often. Looks like Naga's going to be farming bot. But 15 minutes, she's not going to have the 15 minutes radiance from all the deaths and stuff, but 15 minutes is a pretty ideal time for Naga Sirens, so
Radiant's
getting it any time before
tower
20
seen
minutes
better
is still
days.
very potent. Very beneficial for your team. They do have, the Dire does have this sentry
bottom tower.
ward plunked here in mid lane. You definitely want to do that after the 10-minute mark, maybe even a bit earlier, like 7 minutes. Just, you know, you never know if there's going to be an Invis rune or something like that. So it's always a good, or Nyx even. Nyx is probably the reason why this is here. Really good to have, especially for melee mid laners. It just really helps to keep them safe. 2 Dire bottom. There's 2 Radiant in mid. This Blood Rage isn't doing that much damage. It is level 2. Blank Dagger on Enigma. Looks like he's working towards BKB instead of mech. So, who is going to be the mech carrier? I guess it's going to be Shadow Demon most likely, but he's a little poor. So there's no mech on this team. For this team, the Dire, sorry. No mech on them either. They're just relying on Trent's heal. But usually you see someone working on a mech by now. I'm surprised. Rubik, waiting. I should probably start calling the players by their names. I prefer calling them by hero names. I don't know, just in case if I'm focusing more on one team. Makes me seem a little less biased, but
Regeneration.
yeah, I'll try and call them by their player names. Not Orange though. I shouldn't even be casting this because of Orange, but either way. They're waiting, but no one's taking the bait. They're going to smoke up, probably go in the woods here. They need to be a bit careful, because worst case scenario, there's 4 guys right here, and you walk right by here, and you're dead. Which there is 3 together. But then again, Bloodseeker could easily go to the fight quickly. 1 tower down for the Radiant, 2 down for the Dire. We're going to have Enigma split pushing top lane. He does have a blink TP, so he should be fine. Nyx Assassin trying to look for some kills here, but I think they might have seen him with the Sentry Ward already. Either way, Rubik's going to blink in. He's going to lift up the Storm Spear. Nice disruption from Orange. There goes the Static Storm, I think. Oh, he's just dead. There's nothing he can do. Aosin taking a little bit of damage. Orange trying to go in. We've got Shibix blinking. Nice glimpse by Aosin, so he might just live this. He only has 1 poison stack. I'm trying to watch the rest of the fight, but either way. Yeah, they will be able to kill this Disruptor with the 2 poison charges. I can't talk today. Either way, they're going for, I have no clue who's dying. We've got Nyx being chased by Bloodseeker. Bloodmail was picked up by the Bloodseeker. He's being dove on by 3. There is also the Windy Tornado thing with Jake. Not good news for Zephyr. Purge is going to try and run out here, but there goes the Song trying to save him. It is worth it if he does get out. And he will. And there's not enough mana for the Storm to zip across, so Naga will be fine too. Radiant's now picked up at the 17, almost 18-minute mark. Still an okay timing, but not the greatest fight for Zephyr. So this should be an easy tier 1, even with the heals. That's just a lot of push. The Enigma Edelons. You got Luna for her aura. Shadow Demon even with the extra clones. Radiant's Naga's doing okay, but then again, Shadow Demon can just disrupt Naga and have his own Radiant's Naga clones, so. They back up. The thing is, though, is that when they push, they need to kill the tower, because if they don't, Trent's just going to heal it up. And I'm sure he's got 4 in armor already. Okay, he's got 3. Gonna back up. Man, these mid towers, a lot of fighting around here, but just none of them dying yet. Meanwhile, we've got Luna up here being chased by the Rubik. Easily picked off. Not sure why she's up here. Probably thought she was safe, but you're in opponent's territory. Even with the tower down, it's still not the safest place to be. Either way, Storm Spirit gonna make a dive here. He has no mana though, so this is probably a questionable decision. Bloodseeker easily helps them mop up the kill for this Disruptor. I like what their idea is here, trying to they lift him, pull him back in the Static Storm with the Kinetic Field, or no, Static, I have no idea. Static Storm. Kinetic Field, okay. I had it right. See, like this. And you can obviously glimpse is a pretty obvious combo. But either way, Nyx is going to fall, Nyx is going to fall. Tier 1 tower is going to fall. This should actually be some significant damage to the Tier 2 also. They do manage to pick off the Wild Kin too.
Radiant's mid
Dominate,
tower
that
could use a
Wilkin
hand.
with the Helm of the Dominator on Luna was actually pretty useful earlier, but this tower might even just
Radiant's
completely
mid
fall.
tower's coming apart.
They've got a lot of sustain, they got a lot of
Have
stuff to
fun
keep them
trying
alive.
to bust down Radiant structures now.
They're gonna do their best.
Radiant's mid tower's getting banged.
Lots of damage. Yeah, tower falls easy.
Radiant's mid tower.
Big
ain't
comeback
doing
from
so
Zephyr.
good.
Score's still pretty even. Farm and stuff, hero positioning is still pretty good for both teams. I don't know why I'm lagging. I'm just gonna pause this for a sec. But yeah, so pretty. It's still a pretty even game. Yeah, there's a tower advantage for Zephyr at the moment. And they do have Naga, who really scales late game. She's already got her boots of travels at 20 minutes. But I definitely still think it's anyone's game, especially with the Disruptor. It could easily take over Naga clones, and, you know, it's pretty much like you have a Naga on your team. Luna's working towards her BKB. Storm Spirit working towards his, actually, so he's not going to go Orchid. But he's been taking a lot of beatings. There has been some questionable plays from him, especially on this mid lane tower, trying to be aggressive, trying to get some kills going. Yeah, he does have a Disruptor to save the day, but you know, when you run out of mana and you can't zip out, you're a little bit in trouble. Enigma working towards his BK. So this is like the game of BKBs, basically, especially for the Radiant. Blink is on Nyx, though. Disruptor has very poor. Bloodseeker, probably going to see a BKB out of him. Maybe an SMY if he wants to get a little bit greedy. Naga, you're just going to see standard build. Probably Manta, Heart, Butterfly, stuff like that. Could maybe see a Linken's and Diffusal. We'll have to see. Trent Protector, very poor, actually. But he's got a huge impact. All he needs to do is use armor, ult, and you've pretty much done your purpose. And Rubik, there's the Blink Force Staff I was talking about. So he's got a lot of mobility. And I swore I saw him with the Staff of Wizardry. I don't know where that... Oh, yeah, right. That was the Force Staff. I thought he might have been going Ags, but... Because it's an okay to go Ags. It's an okay game to go Ags. You've got the Enigma ult. You got the Luna ult. So, yeah. Anyways, hopefully the lag stopped. I'll start playing this again.
Radiant's top tower's in bad shape. Radiant's
Looks
top
like they're gonna
tower's in
rush.
bad shape.
Naga's going to be happy to see this. But I'm sure Bloodseeker will grab it instead. Not like she needs any more illusions. Now, I got to really focus on calling them by their player names. So, Hana, Chibix, and Orange. Along with Miracle, mid lane. They really want this mid tower. But look what the Trent did. Look what the Trent did. Yes, they're getting stronger, so it's easier to kill it. But man, this mid tower just will not die. But the minute they kill this tower, it opens the whole map for them. They have all this range to go in the woods and just get kills. And this is what they need, especially with the Storm Spirit. They want this mid tower dead.
Tower's having technical difficulties.
But then again, if you're the Dire, you don't want this tower dead. This tower is keeping you alive pretty nicely. But here they go. They're going into the side. Nice ult from the tree and protector. Here goes, wow. Polosan manages to grab Blitz, but it doesn't matter. Corey's going to use his ult. Polosan's going to easily zip out. There's the Rupture on Hana. Hana, not much he can do. Sexy Bambo steals him with the Luminescent Beam.
Radiant's
Steals
bottom
him. Kills
tower's
him.
done for.
He stole Luminescent Beam. And this tower is still not dead. Trent, armor, just he's saving it because probably for a fight, but he could easily just heal that back up. This is getting really troublesome for the Radiant. Orange, picked off.
How about that?
Not much they can do to save him.
Thievery earns death.
And this Rubik is actually turning out to be, rather than a burden to the team, very rewarding. It's that high risk, high reward situation. This Rubik is now extremely mobile, could easily find pickoffs. And not just that, the Radiant has to be very careful, because if Enigma goes and uses a black hole, Rubik could easily steal that. And Luna with her ult too. We've even got a blink on the Disruptor. Look at that glimpse. Glimpses him back into the disruption field, but it doesn't matter. BKB is on the field, and it really didn't do that much. So, okay situation for Scythe. Miracle's just going to push out the best that he can. Oh, nice lift. There's that mobility we're talking about. Even steals, I have no clue what he stole. Lumina has the 2, so she's getting really low. The net's actually going to be counterproductive here, but that's a beautiful black hole. Manages to catch Sexy Bambo also, and he does not have Assault, but either way, he gets picked off. Blitz is in trouble. He's taking tons of damage. Must have already used his blade now or something. He's got 2, 3 charges. He knows he's dead, so he's just going to run right in. Oh, wow. Heals up from the kill, so that was quite nice by him, using his magic sticks to heal up. So far, 3 for 2 trade, 2 supports on Zephyr for 2, or a support offlaner and a carry on Scythe. So this is an okay trade. They're just going to back up. Not like they could do much more damage to the tower, but this mid lane actually has been healed by Trent in a while. But I'm sure he'll get right on to doing that, and yeah, man. Honestly, I think Scythe has really taken a downfall just by focusing so much on this mid tower and being unable to manage to pick it off. They really needed this mid tower badly, and just all the failed times going for it has just completely backfired for them. It's now 10 to 16, so we're starting to see Zephyr take a little bit of a turnaround. 154 CS on this Naga, so she's gonna start just snowballing out of control. Going for that Manta right away. Nice stun by Hana. Just to try and turn this around. Beautiful disruption. Static Storm from Aosin. But Hana's gonna still chase. It's 1 for 1. Although Storm Spear died a long time ago, but looks like Bambo might be in trouble here. Gonna force staff up on the cliff. Oh, beautiful! No chance for that Rubik whatsoever. However, Hana is stuck. He's gotta wait 7 seconds before he gets down from here. Check out the kills and deaths. We've got 6 for 2 on the Bloodseeker, 4 to 2 on the Rubik. So Dire leading in kills. Well, heroes with top kills up there, but the Radiant has some okay kills. 3-1, 3-4, 2-5. Like, the kills are okay, but the deaths not so much. So they're going to try and go for this mid tower, and actually, because the Trent wasn't healing it so much, they might be able to finally kill it.
Can't do nothing about dire structures right now.
I think they want to defend this. Storm Spirit actually manages to pick off Disruptor bottom lane, so I completely missed that. Not sure why he is down there, but either way. Armor, not going to do too much when the tower is being attacked. I think they're going to get the deny. Maybe not. Okay, they can get the deny. I don't think they want to. I think they just want to heal it up. They're going for this big team fight here, though. Gonna have an overgrowth from Purge. Corey's gonna back up because he just got purged from Orange. Blitz gonna use his Rupture on Orange. Orange is dead, no matter what. The rest of them got out, though. Ahana got out easily. Chibix, not a problem for them. And Polasan was nowhere near the vicinity. But man, that tower just... This tower will not die, and it's not even being healed like crazy. They're not even prioritizing heal on it. Purge is pretty much saving his living armor for his teammates. And just whenever there's like some serious downtime, he will go and he will heal the tower. But man, that's such a burden for Scythe. It's really costing them. If I were them, I wouldn't even focus that tower. But then again, they can't. This Naga's already too far ahead with the Radiance. They can't just... I mean, Luna's great late game against the Naga. Don't get me wrong there, but Naga's still a huge threat. Like, no matter what hero you have. Whether it be Medusa or Spectre or Luna, you're still going to have a tough time against this Naga. Not so much for the team fight potential, but the fact that she could split push and farm the map so effectively. A Luna could definitely take on a Naga in a fight, but she just doesn't have the farm potential that a Naga does. Especially when she's farming your own jungle, that's when it starts getting problematic. Because Naga could just farm the opponent's jungle, easy peasy, while the rest of her team farms hers. That's more farm space for her team, so... if I were Scythe, I think smoking is what needs to be done right now, because the game's slowly getting out of control. We could check the gold graph. Well, first the EXP. So the EXP says it's pretty balanced, a little in favor of Zephyr, but the gold graph says otherwise. Gold's starting to get 5,000 in favor of Zephyr. Actually, this EXP graph's not too bad. I'm actually surprised it's quite so balanced. But yeah, that gold graph is definitely an indicator. Scythe had a nice lead at about 15 minutes into the game. They also had a nice EXP lead too. But it's starting to drop off.
Radiant's
and they have to be
bottom
very
tower
careful
ain't a
too,
pretty
because they can't just
sight
go
right
in a
now.
black hole a bunch of people. Because if you don't have Rubik in that black hole, he's just going to turn the fight around completely. So they
Trouble
definitely have.
brewing at
They
Radiant's
have
bottom
to.
tower.
They have to somehow pressure Zephyr while being, you know, passive. They have to be very safe about their strategy. Nice overgrowth from Tree and Protector. Hana caught in the disruption, the Static Storm. I'm always going to get the spells picked up. See, Enigma uses Black Hole and goes in. He does have his Soul Ring, so... Or not Black Hole, Blink and goes in. But he couldn't use BKB because Rubik was just not in the vicinity. Rubik's keeping his distance very far back, and he could easily get in the fight with the 4-staff Blink. And yeah, it looks like he is going for Scepter, so... Gonna have a quick pause here, which means I'm gonna have a nice drink. But yeah, like... game is skipping. Okay, so... As I was saying, Scythe, they need to somehow assert some sort of aggressive dominance, whether it's a smoke gank or something like that. Or... But at the same time, like I said, they need to be very careful about it. That Enigma is going to have the most passive ult ever. He's got to definitely know when he could do it. And he can't just... Yeah, he's got a blink, but, you know, Rubik's got 4-staff. If Sexy Bambo's quick on the trigger, he could easily get out there, so... It's a tough call. If anything, I think what should happen is Shadow Demon needs to disrupt. It's not the greatest target you want to be disrupting. Disrupt the Rubik somehow when he's near the fight, and then follow up with a Black Hole. But then again, you've got Overgrowth that can stop you. You have a Glimpse. You have a Net. There's all kinds of things to stop
Radiant's bottom towers seem better
and I'm
days.
actually not moving the camera properly. So they'll pick off that tower.
Radiant lost one of
Easy
them bottom
blinkage
towers.
out. Blinkage out. Okay, I can't even speak today. This is what happens when you take a long break from casting, so maybe I can prevent that for the future. In the future. Luna Farmer creeps. It's what she does best. Check out them last hits. 212 on the Naga, 168 on the Luna. And Rubik's still staying bottom. Regen Rune bottom lane. Probably going to get Bloodseeker to bottle that. Oh, he sold his bottle. And interesting choice. He did go the Shadow Blade and also the Maelstrom. I haven't checked items in a while, so let's do that. We're going to have Scepter on Rubik. Tree, probably going to be a Blink, his next item. Just a little bit better initiation. Naga does have that Manta. Probably going to get some tankage items like a Heart or something like that. And she actually gets picked off. I'm going to go back and watch that. Blink stun. No chance. Just dead. Don't even need to save the other spells. Just easy pickings. So yeah, Naga. Probably going to go Harder Butterfly next. Bloodseeker looks like we'll go a Mjolnir. That's actually an okay item. Or he could just leave it at the Maelstrom and go BKB. Disruptor Scepter. Now that's going to be very deadly. Because there won't be no blinking out of that. Well, not blinking. They're just no BKBs or anything like that if he catches you first. Blink on the Shadow Demon, and I really like this decision. He needed some sort... I don't know when he got this blink exactly. I haven't been watching him too closely. But this blink is definitely going to help for catching out this Rubik, which is probably the highest priority. And it's not. Rubik's actually the least prioritized hero that they want to go for. They want to get rid of this Naga and this Disruptor as fast as possible. There's just too many heroes to get rid of on the other team. Nyx Assassin also has his blink, so that should help out too. Might see a Dagon or something out of him. Shadow Demon, I'm not entirely sure. I don't think they have a mech yet. So that could probably be Enigma's next item, unless if he's feeling really ballsy and wants to go Refresher. But that's a while away. Storm Spirit just has a BKB, so he's got to get some sort of offensive item, whether it's a Sheep Stick, an Orchid, or maybe even a Linkage, just so that he doesn't get, like, proc by so many spells. But I think he's safe enough with the BKB, even though it's still pretty high charges, so yeah, he's pretty safe. And then we've got Luna. She's going to be going for her Manta. But she... just tankage items. You're going to be dealing with a lot of Naga clones soon, so more tankage the better. And yeah, Bloodseeker will finish off his Maelstrom, and Rubik will finish off his Scepter. So even more threat from this Rubik. 14-8, still anyone's game. Map control is definitely in the lead for Zephyr, but Scythe is keeping... They're keeping it up still. Like, their map control is not entirely gone. They're definitely still in the jungle, farming, kicking it. And you even have, like, Nyx up here.
Dire's mid towers.
Getting a little bit greedy.
Difficult.
Could have maybe got a pick off. I mean, he could still easily pick off Disruptor and Trent quite nicely. So he might as well keep the pressure going. I forgot to hide this thing. I forgot I could do that. There, it's hidden now. That's my bad. Look at that. Three arcane boots. Instant mana backup. So Zephyr, they rushes down. Who has Agus? I guess no one. I think they might have used that. I'm totally lost this game. Pro games are so hard to cast. They're nothing like pubs. You always need to be looking on the mini-map like every 5 seconds. You just need to always be doing something. Never downtime. It's really hard to have time to explain things. You got to do it while things are going on. It's very difficult. But it's a good challenge. So Zephyr's going to be pressuring mid. Stolen...
Regeneration.
Yes. Warding up the ancient stack. Don't want any more of that going on. Meanwhile, Naga keeping her cool bottom lane. Gonna throw these illusions in the jungle and steal farm. This is when it gets annoying for Team Scythe. And heroes like Polosan and Miracle, they still need farm. So even Chibix in a sense. And look at that, easily picks off Hana. Nothing he could do there. Glimpse. Oh, Glimpse with the ult. Oh, no chance for Storm Spear. Not even BKB could save it there. I mean, it could because he doesn't have Scepter yet, but still. No Roshan timer. So Miracle gonna be running away from Blitz. I like the Shadowblade pick. More than a Blink Dagger on Bloodseeker. Blink just doesn't make sense. Yeah, he's got okay positioning, but this guy runs like maximum speed when heroes are low HP. You don't really need to worry about positioning. It's more so just surprising people catching the off guard.
Radiant's gone
and it also provides the bonus damage from when he does his one attack. So what you do is you Blood Rage, Shadowblade, go in, bam, pretty much bang. Hit half HP on the support. Either way, Miracle's going to be fighting here, but he's all by himself. No disruption or anything. There's a black hole. It's okay. But did Bambo just catch him? Yes, he did. So they need to watch out. Zephyr's actually pretty low. Disruptor will be denied, actually, by the Bloodseeker. It's 1-for-1 support for carry, but a lot of Zephyr is low. Drops the Sentry. There goes Blitz. He's dead. But there's the counter black hole for Sexy Bambo. That's a 4-man black hole. I think Polesun even walked into that. Corey's going to use his ult. It was a nice black hole, but they aren't able to really get anything off of it. And finally, this BKB is paying off for the Storm Spirit. Polesun manages to pick off Sexy Bambo. Hana, Chibix, blinking in, trying to get this Naga kill. If they get this, this is huge. But they won't be able to. So, even though that looked good for Zephyr, it actually went a lot better for Scythe. Pretty much 3-for-1. Yeah, their hard carry died, but I think that's worth it. You defended your base successfully. I mean, even the Rubik had a black hole, and they still couldn't make anything happen of it. So, not too bad. They might even be able to get this Tier 1 final.
Dire's mid tower
This would be huge if they could get this.
Dire's
Split has been
structure's
used.
looking
They're
fortified.
blinking out a little bit early. There's 2 dead.
Dire's mid tower could use a little help.
And the thing is, they didn't kill this. So it's just going to heal again. And honestly, it's a Tier 1. It's not really worth it or anything. And it's not, like, completely opening the map for you. I mean, they did kill this Tier 2 top. So there's, like, all this space they could,
What's with all
they
the
could go in there. But it'd still be nice if they killed this. This just really helps with Roshan. Like, they could just teleport and, you know, easy Roshan with a dire advantage. Shadow Demon's going to notice this ward. I mean, this rune. Is he going to get it? Probably not. They're waiting on Rosh. I don't know why it's not showing the timer. I guess replays it does do that. But should be popping up any moment now because they're all kind of gathered. They should know the timings. I have no clue when the last Rosh was. Either way, Naga farming up the jungle. Very annoying for Scythe. Polosan now has his Orchid, so that's going to be very useful, especially on, like, Disruptor and Naga, stuff like that. Ancients have already been farmed up. Going to respawn soon in a sec. Nice aggressive ward from Zephyr. I've also seen a few from Scythe on key towers that they do want to push. It looks like Zephyr's going to be rushing, and Scythe can't... Even if Scythe knew about this, there's nothing they could do. You don't want to fight into a pit with the Naga, because she's going to use ult, and then that's pretty much the perfect static storm that they could place on you, and just, it wouldn't go good. So dire advantage definitely kicking in for Team Zephyr. Blitz getting a little bit low, but either way, they will kill this.
Old Rose won't be coming
Blitz will
back
actually
for a
pick up on the
while.
Bloodseeker. Looks like Team Scythe is up at top lane, probably going to push it in. Pressure racks, probably not a good idea, actually. I think they're just farming, because these Naga clones are just taking all the farm in their jungle. Might as well farm the opponents. All of Zephyr's kind of south. All of Scythe is north. There's no towers left for Zephyr. They just have to push... Well, there is. There's one at top lane. But they're pretty much going to go for tier 3s. It's highly unlikely they'll go for this. Although it'd be an okay idea, because you do have towers up in these other lanes. So... pushing top would be kind of good, because that's really the only lane that's pushing. Either way, nice defensive ward from Team Scythe. And it's very slow game at the moment. Shadow Demon has picked up a gem. Do we have a gem on the Dire yet? No, we do not. So that's going to be useful. Cut out some of this vision from Team Zephyr. Scythe sticking close together. Waiting for the perfect moment to strike. The one person, and they need to watch out, because Shadow Demon does have a gem. He's not up here, so Purge is getting free reign. But oh, what an instinctive dust! This actually might. I think he's dead. Yeah, no armor crit. What a nice dust! And they're just gonna teleport out, satisfied with that kill. That was pretty good. Guess he just had a feeling that he was there, and boom, bam. Well played. Very static. Haster in top. We're going to see a lot of safe play out of at least Scythe for now. But Zephyr looks like they're finally going to push top lane. They want to get rid of this tower. They want to get stuff done. Remember, this is TI4 qualifiers, which has already happened, but this is big. This game is worth a lot. Maybe not so much. I don't know where they were standing at the time of this game, but... either way, TI4 qualifiers,
Radiant's
no one's going to be
top
playing
tower is
risky.
hurting.
No one's going to be making risky moves. Because one mistake
Lost
costs.
the top tower.
And there's that BKB finally on Bloodseeker.
The Dire
With an Agus,
best
this
do something
Bloodseeker can
about
just
that
man
bottom
towers.
tower.
It looks like Zephyr wants to push this in. Maybe not. They're chilling around. There's only one here, but they're going to have to defend their mid and bottom. Snaga's got some crazy farm. 40 minutes into the game. She's, I guess you could consider 4-slotted with 5k gold, so might as well consider that a 5 slot. Either way, they're going to go on this Disruptor down here. Polar Sun's going to teleport out. Hana manages to pick up the kill, so far so good. If he dies, though, it's not really going to be worth it. And yeah. It's going to delay the game a bit longer, because they're probably not going to push without him. But, you know, that's pretty much all it's doing. Corey. Pushing bottom, seeing Luna clones. And look, Luna clones are very good at killing creep waves. Very, very safe. Everyone's got to play super safe. Ooh, I like this. I like this on the Enigma, the Scepter pickup. I mean, they still don't have mech. There's still no mech on this team. I don't think there's mech on either team. No, this is a mechless game. I wonder if that's kind of the Southeast Asian scene. It might be. Maybe they're not too big on mechs, but I really like this pick. I don't see it too often. A lot of people just prioritize Refresher over Cosmore, but I think this is an okay pick. You want to deliver as much deeps as you can, and especially the Naga clones. Why not? And it's a little bit cheaper, and they're behind, so might as well. Polson gets overgrowth, and there's a lot going on. Enigma uses the black hole. What a nice black hole. Even catches out Sexy Bambo, so there's no way he's going to be stealing that. This is not looking good for Zephyr, actually. Nice plays coming out of Scythe Gaming with the turnarounds. There's the dust. They have full vision of Blitz. However, Blitz manages to man mode the Nyx Assassin. But there comes the Purge. Not much Blitz can do now. He's purged. He's going down. He's going down fast, and he will fall 80 seconds on the clock. So, 3-for-1 trade. Beautiful coordination from Scythe. They needed that. That patient black hole from the Enigma on the Rubik was absolutely key. They needed that. Because that Rubik got the Luna spell or the Enigma spell, that fight could have easily just turned around. So Zephyr, they want to break tier 3s, but so far it's not looking like they can. They might just have to play it, you know, farm up a bit more, get some more core items. Maybe the Scepter, finish it on Disruptor. Treant Protector, maybe a Refresher. That's a long way away, but that might just be what they have to do to bust those tier 3s and bust high ground.
Dire's mid tower's having technical
Miracle's
difficulties.
gonna farm with the Ancients. I haven't seen too many Ancient stacks going on with Team Zephyr, but they don't really need to. Naga isn't really an
Dire's
Ancient
mid
farmer.
tower could use a little help.
And they don't really have other farmers who like capitalize off Ancients. She could just farm the opponent's jungle. Pretty much proves the same effectiveness. It looks like Luna is going for Scotty, maybe? That'll make her a lot... You're seeing that a lot more on Lunas. Although you're not really seeing too many Lunas anymore, to be honest. But the Scotty pickup's really helpful. Obviously, not all of her bounces are going to freeze, but... Excuse me. But it makes her tankier. Gives her mana and stuff. The good stuff. More so the tankiness. And then if you catch someone off guard, like alone, and you get that initial frost, it really works out nicely for you. But Zephyr looks like they want to still push. And all of Zephyr is here, so they're going to do their best. But there's what I was talking about with the Naga structure. Look at this. Just pulling them back, burning the supports. And they're hard to kill. They're really hard to kill, so... This is not going to be an easy tier 3 push, but so far they're doing quite well with the clones. Slowly chipping away, and there's no tree on the Radiance team, so there's no way this is healing back up after. But here goes Pulsine, jumps in on Blitz Dota. Corey uses his sleep, but Pulsine's used BKB, and he easily mops up Blitz. BKB wears off. They're still going in on this. Corey's in big trouble. 4 staff from one of the supports. There goes a nice overgrowth for Purge. The static feels on the table, but Miracle's got BKB and he's using his ult. It's just pummeling. However, we've got Bamboo and he steals ult. Oh my goodness, he's doing a lot of damage. 2 down. Shivix is getting low. He dies too. Oh my goodness, Miracle's gonna die. And oh my god, that's a rampage for Holy crud. Wow, that Scepter really paying off for the Rubik here. And that actually might have just turned the fight, because it was starting to look like Zephyr was getting a little bit overrun there, but that ult steal, and this is what I was talking about. The carries, well, mostly Luna and Rubik, they just really... Oh, nice black hole, though, from Shivix. And that's pretty good, because Bamboo, even though he does have steal, he's a little too low, and the bounces do manage to finish him up. Corey's going to fall next in line. There's nothing that Purge could do to save him, because he does not have armor on cooldown. So, they did manage to actually defend the base. Oh my gosh, this is so back and forwards, because, like, Zephyr's doing this chipping damage. There's no way that Scythe could, like, really stop it, because they're clones and they don't have a tree. I think they're finally going to kill this tier 1 45 minutes into the game.
Dire's mid tower's having technical difficulties.
But,
them Dire buildings are tough as nails for now.
No, I think it's gonna die. I
Dire's
think this tower's finally gonna die. Yep,
last
there you go. It finally dies.
The
44
Dire
minutes in the
couldn't hang
game.
on to that
RIP
mid-tower.
mid-tier 1. But as I was saying, like, Scythe really needs to be careful on those
Dire's
ults.
mid-tower
And
could use
Shivix
a
has been
little
doing a
help.
great job with his. He's pretty much positioning and timing it perfectly when he wants to use them. But Miracle,
Dire's
unfortunately,
mid-tower
it's
is
a little
having-
harder for
hope the
him to
Dire
prevent
weren't
people
partial
from
to that
taking his
mid-tower.
ult. Either way, it looked good for Zephyr. Then Scythe decided to do a turnaround, and it was looking
Dire's
bad
mid-tower won't last
for
much
Zephyr.
longer.
And then it was looking good because of the Rubik steal. But then it looked bad after because of the black hole. So, you know, it's still a pretty even game. It's a lot more even than I thought it'd be. I thought Zephyr had a huge advantage. But look at this. They might even get racks here. So, Zephyr in a lot of trouble. Naga's still down for 15 seconds. They're going to get racks. I don't believe it.
Dire's mid-racks ain't around no
Team
more.
Scythe, playing from such a disadvantage in my opinion, manages to make a huge comeback and even takes out the racks. Nothing Enigma can do there. Looks like Orange is going to die too. So a little bit overstaying their welcome, the supports, but either way, wow. You know, take that trade any day. 3 for a rack, I'll do that any day of the week. So if Scythe keep doing this, if they just keep defending like they are, you know, I mean, yeah, one ult got away and it totally ended bad with a rampage for the Rubik, but, you know, the black hole was still there and it paid off. If they could manage to keep one of their ults in full effective use, I think they might have a chance of winning this. Although, there is 3 down for quite a while and looks like Zephyr's going to be pushing mid now. So, I don't know if these racks are going to stay alive. So, it might just be even again.
Mid-range is taking the
There's a buyback on the Shadow Demon. Nyx is now up, so it's pretty much 5v4. But up here at top lane, you've got Rubik being jumped on by Polasan, which actually is pretty... Oh, he stole ult, so he's there.
Ain't looking so hot.
So, never mind. Game is back to even. 29 to 31. Both of the mid-racks for both teams are dead. And Zephyr's just going to back out. They might just wait on the next Rosh. Ooh, we've got a timer now. And speaking about next Rosh, it's pretty much up. So, I think that's what's really tipping the scales for Zephyr. They've gotten every Roshan. And that Aegis has definitely helped them to maintain the lead because Scythe's been doing a really good job at defending and even counter-defending. Getting that mid-racks. That was huge. So Roshan's back up. Maybe Scythe wants to look to get this. So Scott... What? Wasn't she just getting Scotty, like, not even 10 minutes ago? How did... What? Okay, so Luna's got a lot of farm. Scotty's Satanic, she's got a lot of durability. Might as well just go full offensive now. There's no way you're dying for a long time. Purge needs to be careful. I think Shadow Demon still has his gem. No, he does not. Does anyone else? Nyx? No, no. Ward's being dropped. Yeah, I think they want Rosh, but they're going to back out. Zephyr's here too. And again, as I was talked about, you don't really want to fight Zephyr near this Rosh pit. Because they've just got a lot going for them. They've got the song for the disruption setup, and I think he has Scepter now. He does. So, you know, if you're Storm, if you're Luna, you definitely do not want to get caught in there, because your BKBs and your Satanics are not going to save you. Zephyr's going to continue with some pressure. It hasn't been going too well for them, but it's slowly and gradually paying off. Like, they're getting pummeled in the process, but they are still keeping a lead against them. EXP graph, actually way back in favor of Scythe. And even Gold's going back up for Scythe, so maybe Zephyr does want to end this as soon as possible. Because it's starting to look like this late-game Naga is not as effective as the late-game Luna from Scythe Gaming. Disrupting the clone. So they've now got their own Nagas to burn the creep wave. This is very frustrating to play against. Heroes like Shadow Demon, Morphling. Morphling's really good against Naga. I think we saw them in our last game. I'm not entirely sure. With CIS or whatever. Great Naga.
There goes Radiant's bottom tower.
Because then you have literally your own Naga Siren. Basically. With the Radiance. Next with the Ghost Scepter. I haven't seen too many items. Like, I haven't been focusing on items too much, but got a lot of mobility coming out from Shadow Demon. This is a very durable Luna. A lot of mobility from Nyx, too. Oh, Enigma has the gem. Okay. Enigma's pretty core. Probably going to see a Refresher coming out of him next. And then Storm Spirit. Storm's been the one who's been suffering the most this game, I'd say. Yeah, supports are always going to because they're just squishy. They're always going to be poor buying wards and stuff. But, you know, the Storm hasn't... He's been doing a lot better now, but early game, he was just... That first death just crushed him during the laning phase. And now he's doing quite nicely with the BKB. We saw him pick off Blitz a few times, and I think Nagas, so he's doing quite well. There goes the song. This might be either the last battle of the game or possibly, I have no idea what I'm saying. But there's the disruption. Really weak, actually. They go for Miracle with this play. I don't know if that was worth it just for one target. Blitz, meanwhile, is going to be dealing with 3 in the base. They're still trying to kill this Miracle here. And she is going to finally fall. There goes Polasan. There's not too much he can do. But Shadow Demon's going to easily die off also. So these racks are in big jeopardy. Miracle's going to buy back. They're going back in. Is there a black hole? He uses BKB. But they're split up very nicely. Like, he can't find the right black hole target because the right one is sexy Bamboo back here, and there's not much he can do. He's gonna die, and there's nothing he can do. Does he have buyback? Not quite sure. I shouldn't check buyback statics, but sexy Bamboo with the lift, pull back, manages to hit Miracle. He's gonna pop his ult. Sexy Bamboo steals it, uses it. It's starting to counter Miracle. He's going down. Corey's in low HP, but either way, Polo Sun's gonna get glimpse back from his zip in, and Zephyr really low in HP. They might just have the back here because Polo Sun should be able to mop up all 3 of them. Oh, nice rupture for Blitz, and it's actually gonna save the other 2. So 5 down for Scythe. They're gonna clean up this Rax because Corey's still alive.
Get a load of Radiant's bottom Rax.
So that's a 2 Rax advantage. This is gonna be really hard for Scythe to win this game now, but it's still possible after what we saw. But they're down on the clock for a long time. 94 seconds, 100 on the Storm Spirit, and this Naga does actually a lot more damage than I thought. This might actually just be GG. I never even thought of that. This is mega. Shadow Demon and Nyx are the only ones who are going to defend this in time. Enigma's not even going to make it up in time.
So long.
Wow.
Radiant's
Mega
top Rax. Radiant's top Rax ain't gonna let the Radiant's top
pretty
Rax
much.
Dire's got a case of
this is not good for Scythe. I mean, Scythe needs to do a death push when they revive, but they can't because Naga's got boots of travels and could easily just not backdoor, but she could just like teleport to the bottom creep wave if Scythe's pushing mid and just finish off these tier 3s like butter, like melt it like butter, or a hot butter knife, or I have no idea what I'm saying. But either way, this is not looking good for Scythe. Their mid lane is pushing out. They should easily be able to push out these other lanes, but you're against a Naga. Might as well be a Nature's Prophet. It's not going to be pretty. But Scythe's not going to give up now, because this is TI4 qualifiers. They got to put on a show. Gem picked up by Shadow Demon. So it's back in the original owner's hands. I'm pretty sure he was the one who originally bought it. Ghost Scepter on Enigma. So they just don't want all this physical damage coming out from Blitz and Corey. So Chibix unfortunately will not be able to get that refresher. Hana, he's a little poor too. And here comes Naga clones. And there's Roshan too, so they definitely have the space now to do it. I'm probably going to be Blitz grabbing that again, unless he's 6 slotted. He is, so maybe we'll see Bamboo or something grab it. Actually, I don't even know who's going to grab it. Someone's got to sell something. Okay, he just sold his Shadow Blade. So it's going to be the Bloodseeker grabbing it. Meanwhile, Scythe just pushing out the base. Hana's actually pretty good for mopping creeps. Well, not mopping, but just... Okay, never mind, he's getting around. I forgot I ever said that. Miracle is definitely going to be good for pushing out creeps. And I just saw an Abyssal Blade on Bloodseeker. Now, buyback status. We didn't really see much coming up from Zephyr, but there's actually the only people with buyback is Naga and Trio. So Zephyr, even though this game pretty much looks like a win, if they all die right here, yes, Naga could buy back, but there's still a slight chance that Scythe can win a fight and just push up mid lane with no buybacks on Zephyr and just win the game right there. So Zephyr needs to be very careful about this. Speaking about careful, we've got Corey picked off. No, he's fine, 4 staff, but that just blew a BKB charge on the Storm Spirit. We're gonna have a Purge on the Bloodseeker. Here goes Hana, goes in, nice mana burn. Corey's got literally 0 mana. But all the lanes are pushed in. Pretty much all the work Scythe did to push them out is completely counteracted by mostly the Naga. And this is probably going to be the last stand. He's smoked up. Enigma, he knows. He's just got to get the sickest black hole. But then again, there's your sleep. Enigma's keeping his distance. Really keeping his distance. But he's got... Oh! And there goes that ult. There goes Enigma. Is he going to black hole? Wow, they did pick off Aeson. But there's the overgrowth and Purge. Blitz Dota in a bit of trouble here. He's going to get 4 staffed out. It's so far 1 for 2. Chibix is backing up, but he's going to die. Not even going to get the black hole off. Good game. And there goes another Luna stolen ult from the Rubik. There you go.
This time.
Really nice game. That rampage was sick from the Rubik. And some good steals. Honestly, that Rubik offlane was, I think, kind of like a bluffish move because, you know, Rubik offlane just seems entirely stupid because he's just so squishy. He's going to easily die. One disruption, you're pretty much dead. So what he did was he capitalized. He took control of the runes and ganked right off the bat of the game, and didn't just stop after the first blood. Even though the second time didn't really pay off well for them mid, he still put pressure on mid, so then they had to rotate the Shadow Demon from bot to mid, which pretty much, you know, when he died, teleport bottom lane. There's some, you know, you've already got levels from your kills, and then there's some extra levels you're going to get sapping before the Shadow Demon comes back. They also had an Enigma, so the chances of him leaving the jungle for kills is not going to happen too often. He's not a Chenner and Enchantress, and even then, those are more heroes that don't really do that too often. Usually they'll pressure mid or something like that. So basically, this Rubik got away with what he... with what they wanted to do with him, which was just give him the levels, and then do these epic steals, which totally, I think, helped Zephyr, like, tremendously to win this game. It bought Naga so much space. You know, that mid... Actually, I take that back. I think the mid tower won them this game, because that mid tower just never died. And they went there like 3 or 4 times mid early game and just could not kill it. And, you know, Zephyr was getting pretty much a +1. I almost said Blitz. But either way, Scythe did really well at late mid game when Zephyr was doing those pushes, because they not only held off, but they were living like Rampage Rubik and stuff like that. Like they were living that and still keeping racks up, and then they in favor turned around and got a racks themselves. And I thought they were like pretty much out of the game at that point. So really impressive play by both teams, and yeah, you got to give credit to both of them. So that's everything, and thank you for watching.